Well, the temperatures are cooling off, but the sun is still shining, and that makes for perfect football weather in the city of Pittsburgh at Acrisure Stadium. Today, we've got a good one on tap in the AFC North, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Quickly to the air is Burrow. To Jefferson on the slant. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch.
When they take over, they'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Intercepted. The Steelers take over first down.
And he is caught by Lamb. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Jackson. Minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right at the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And that is something that we just saw there that you obviously have to be prepared for when you try to defend Lamar Jackson. That likely will not be the last time that we see him take off.
I love your language there, partner. You have to be prepared for it. You work at it. But I don't care how much.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. Jaylen Warren from a yard out. And the Steelers take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
A short throw there, pulled in by all. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Man open, that's Ja'Marr Chase complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch so far by Chase. It's a first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first and 10, here's Brown. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Buying time to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
And 8 yards pickup. First down, Cincinnati.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Now it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up. Bounce bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Steelers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Here's Freiermuth again. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a second and 10. Now it's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's third and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll send the tight end in motion. And Jackson throwing once more. Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Aaron Burks. And the Bengals are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Burrow looking to pass. Got a man open. It's Chase. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 42-yard line.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Now it's Burrow. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Burrow. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now Burrow. He's going to have the hookup here to Chase. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now a short one to Gesicki. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the Steelers' 30-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3. Burrow will throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Here's Jackson to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
But that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now a short one to Gesicki. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Now a 2nd and 6. Now back to throw. To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The Steelers take over.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. On the give, it's Warren. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
To throw is Jackson. A short one there to Freiermuth. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now 2nd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and 2. Throwing is Jackson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he will have a Steelers 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
To throw again is Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And nothing special there. They showed they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Bengals 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. he won't quite make it to the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 33-yard line.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. This is Brown going up the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some target.
That's caught at the 25. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. McPherson now for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Ties the game, 14.
This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Jackson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Now Jackson. He'll find Metcalf. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go into the mousetrap. That's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
A handoff for Warren. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Jackson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
This is 1st and 10.
Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here comes 2nd down.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And that will be incomplete. Defensively, mission accomplished, and now with under 3 to go, they may be the last team holding the football.
They may very well be the last team holding the football, unless, of course, you're facing a group that is really aggressive offensively and may want to take a gamble, but theoretically, you've done your job now. You should get the ball back on a punt, but I'd be alert for a fake.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
A last series form, little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Throwing, Jackson.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he He's got a man complete.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Steelers, first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Now Jackson. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Second and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Now second and 4. Jackson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
For a Pittsburgh Steelers. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's first down. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute on the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 21-14.
21, Bengals 14. Chris
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So Burrow and the Bengals down 21-14, 27 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up first and 10. Burrow. And that's into the hands of Gesicki. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop them with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Here's second and a yard. Here's Burrow. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And he's going to have a first down as he's out of bounds to stop the clock with just under 20 seconds to go.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. First and 10. Now Burrow. That's complete to Chase. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up first and 10 here. To throw, Burrow. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. What a game we were retreated to in this one. And then on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered a loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh. Autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And he returns this to the 22.
The Ravens take over first down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd and a couple. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll scratch out only about a yard after the 32. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This time Jackson will throw it. Left side to Lamb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Jackson. And it's taken in by his big tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. A first down carry for Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Jackson will keep it. And he will have a Ravens first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Throwing is Jackson. To the sideline and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson now. Touchdown! Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive, maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Going back to Gibbs on first down. And running with power here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw, it's Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. Here's 2nd and 10. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamar Chase, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead a really easy quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Shifts by him. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now Jackson. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, Jackson. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
But he's certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
A short throw caught by Andrews. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Jackson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
The tight end in motion right. Here's Jackson to throw. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
And a great job to put themselves in front. And now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Lions going to go back on offense.
offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got his man. It's Williams. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. In motion, the tight end. Throwing now is Mahomes.
Pass to the tight end, Laporta.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And the Lions first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now here's Mahomes. Dancing away at the 30. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 44 yards out, left hash.
Bates' kick is good.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. A final shot before break. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23. The Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
From the 31, here's second down and 2.
They go play fake. Mahomes.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
That is caught. And out across midfield down to the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Now it's Mahomes again. And that'll be caught by St. Brown.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
A good position to be in here, second and inches. Counter play, here's Gibbs. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one good carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to second and 15. From the gun, it's Mahomes. This is caught by Williams. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Bates' kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with a give to Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Jackson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Lions will take over.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now Mahomes. Got a man open. It's Chase.
He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 49-yard line.
We're just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 2. Gibbs straight ahead.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Mahomes now to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Aiden Hutchinson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Inside handoff, Henry.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Oh, what a great job defensively to stack things up. They were committed to stopping the run. They knew it was coming. And now it looks like they should get the football back as they force an important 3-and-out.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Mahomes going to throw. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Here's first and goal. They'll run with Wright. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Gibbs will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The Lions will set up for the two-point conversion.
Mahomes to throw. Out to his left. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead.
14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Dances by him. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come.
Down 21-14. A minute 4 on the clock. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. That's complete to Lamb. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Throwing, Jackson. Connecting with Hill.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. That sack courtesy of Jack Campbell.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.